Have you ever wondered what really happens when someone makes a choice that seems impossible for many? Why would anyone give up something so intimate, so human, like sexual relationships? Today, we will reveal what lies behind this decision and how it can change lives in ways no one could imagine. This is the story of The Chosen and the price they pay for walking a path as unique as it is transformative. Do you feel a calling that no one else seems to hear? It's as if a voice inside you whispers, "You were born for something greater." While the world around you insists on following a pattern, you realize you can no longer live like everyone else, not because you think you're better, but because something inside you has changed, and there's no turning back. But I want to know your opinion on this topic. Leave a comment. I'll read them all. The Chosen are not perfect. On the contrary, many of us carry scars that no one can see. But there's one thing that sets us apart: the courage to face pain, judgment, and even our deepest desires. It's not easy, and you know that. You've felt the temptation to give up, to follow what seems simpler, but you chose not to surrender. Perhaps you started this journey because of an event that changed your life, a loss, a disappointment, or even a spiritual awakening. Or maybe it was a series of small things, signs that the universe sent until you could no longer ignore them. Either way, you know you made the right decision, even if it's incomprehensible to most. But what happens from here? The journey of The Chosen is not for the faint of heart. It requires discipline, willpower, and above all, a clear purpose. You've probably noticed the world doesn't understand your choice. Some people laugh, others question, and many simply drift away. But you are not alone. There are others like you, scattered, living their own silent struggles. And do you know what connects us? It's the certainty that we are building something greater than ourselves, something the world cannot yet see, but that one day will make perfect sense. There's a moment when everything changes. Maybe you spent days, months, or even years feeling that something was wrong, as if an important piece was missing in your life. It was in that moment you realized continuing on the same path was no longer an option. It wasn't an easy choice, but it came from a deep place. For some, it's the feeling of being trapped in cycles that lead nowhere, empty relationships, momentary pleasures that leave an even greater void afterward. For others, it's as if a truth was revealed, a clarity that made it impossible to return to what was before. This decision isn't made impulsively. It's as if suddenly everything that once seemed important lost its weight. You looked at your life and saw you were wasting something precious. Your energy, your essence, your connection with what truly matters. Maybe it happened during a moment of solitude, on a quiet night, or even in the midst of chaos. But the truth is that the choice emerged as a necessity. You understood you needed to stop to redirect your life, even knowing it would be hard and that few would understand. When you made this decision, it was like opening a door to the unknown. The uncertainty was frightening, but at the same time, there was an inexplicable strength within you, as if you were heading in the right direction. This change is not just about the physical, but about something much greater. It is a commitment to yourself, to what you believe to be your true purpose. It's the beginning of a transformation that few have the courage to face. But how did your body and mind react to this choice? When you decided to stop, you might not have known exactly how it would impact your body. The changes began gradually, but were inevitable. It's not just about a mental or spiritual choice. The body reacts, and this reaction is as profound as the decision you made. At first, there might have been discomfort. Your body, accustomed to certain stimuli, began to respond differently. The energy that was once dissipated in fleeting moments started to accumulate. It's a strange but powerful sensation. Some people report an increase in mental clarity and physical strength. It's as if the body understands that it needs to redirect energy to other areas. You may have noticed improved endurance, waking up more energized, or an enhanced ability to concentrate. This happens because the energy is no longer being drained, but transformed. On the other hand, there are challenges to face. The body, with its physiological memory, may try to resist the change. Sometimes this manifests as anxiety, impulses, or even insomnia. But you know that each reaction is temporary, just a phase of adaptation. Over time, your body begins to understand that it's on a new path. It aligns with your decision, and the rewards become more evident. Physical balance is reflected in your posture, your gaze, and how you feel inside. It's as if you have more control over yourself, as if you are taking command of something that was previously automatic. But the changes don't stop there. As the body adapts, the mind also undergoes a powerful transformation. When you made this choice, you might not have realized how it would affect your mind. What seemed at first like a decision about habits or external behaviors quickly revealed itself to be a much deeper journey. Your mind began to change, and these changes were as intense as they were unexpected. In the beginning, there may have been turmoil. The mind, accustomed to following a pattern, tries to resist. Thoughts emerge, trying to pull you back, as if the old ways were safer, more comfortable. It's here that you begin to realize how powerful the conditioning we carry is and how much it influences our choices. But as time goes on, something remarkable happens. The noise diminishes. The mental chaos gives way to a state of calm that you may never have experienced before. This calm doesn't mean an absence of challenges, but the ability to handle them differently. You become less reactive, more aware. Things that once unsettled you now seem insignificant. Your ability to focus also changes. Previously, your mind wandered between distractions, desires, and worries. Now it feels clearer, more aligned. You can direct your attention to what truly matters, improving your performance in all areas of life. Another aspect of this transformation is emotional control. You begin to understand that you don't need to be a slave to your emotions. When something happens, you don't react impulsively. Instead, you observe, reflect, and choose how to respond. This ability gives you an inner sense of power that is difficult to describe, but impossible to ignore. Your perception of the world around you also changes. Things that once seemed important, status, others' opinions, external rewards, start to lose their relevance. You realize that much of what society values is superficial, and this frees you to live according to your own values. This mental transformation also strengthens your resilience. Challenges continue to arise, but now you face them with a different mindset. Instead of seeing problems as obstacles, you view them as opportunities to learn. This change in perspective gives you a lightness that few people experience. Perhaps one of the most fascinating parts of this transformation is the rediscovery of your own identity. Without the external distractions that once defined you, you begin to reconnect with who you really are. Your desires, goals, and passions become clearer and more authentic. And then there is the silence. Not the external silence, but the internal one. It's not empty. It's full of possibilities, full of answers you couldn't hear before. In this silence, you find your strength, your peace, and your true essence. These mental changes are not fleeting. They create a solid foundation that sustains you in all aspects of life. And as you move forward on this journey, you realize that the mind, once your greatest enemy, has now become your most powerful ally. When you made this decision, something profound began to happen. Even if you didn't notice it at first, the choice to break certain cycles triggered a redirection of your energy, and gradually you started to feel the vibrations around you in a completely different way. Before your energy was scattered, it was as if you were spending precious parts of yourself on situations or actions that returned nothing meaningful. Now this energy is concentrated, flowing more harmoniously within you. It's a sensation that cannot be seen, but can be deeply felt. A vital force that pulses and gives you greater clarity, focus, and intensity in everything you do. But this change doesn't only affect you, it's as if by redirecting your energy, you're emitting a different vibration to the world. The people around you begin to notice, even if they don't quite know what has changed. Perhaps it's the way you carry yourself, your posture, your gaze. You exude something steadier, more secure, more authentic. This new vibration also influences how you connect with others. It's as if your presence now carries more weight, more meaning. When you speak, people truly listen. When you enter a room, they notice your presence. Not because you're trying to draw attention, but because your energy speaks for you. Another fascinating aspect of this transformation is the way you perceive the world. Before, many things seemed mundane or disconnected. Now you feel a deeper connection to everything around you. It's as if nature, people, and even the simplest moments are filled with a meaning you previously overlooked. This connection goes beyond the physical. It's a realization that something greater is guiding your actions, a force that gives you purpose and direction. you begin to understand that the energy you carry isn't just your own. It's part of something greater, something that connects you to everything and everyone. With this new perspective, you also learn to protect your energy. Not every person or situation deserves what you have to offer. You become more selective, not out of selfishness, but out of wisdom. You understand that your energy is precious, and by preserving it, you can use it to create things that truly matter. And then there is the silence. In this silence, you feel your energy grow, renew, and balance itself. It's a moment of calm that cannot be bought or replaced. It's as if you've found a point of equilibrium that few ever discover. This vibrational shift is not something you can force or fake. It's natural, a reflection of the choices you're making. It's proof that the path you've chosen, no matter how challenging, is transforming not only your life, but also the impact you have on the world around you. These energies and vibrations are more than an internal change. They are what connect you to your purpose, what give you the strength to continue, and what inspire others to do the same. Have you noticed how people react when someone takes an unconventional path? When you decided to change your life, you might not have expected it to cause such discomfort. But in the eyes of society, choices like yours are seen as unusual, even extreme. People around you began to notice. Some look with curiosity, trying to understand, while others simply can't accept it. They ask uncomfortable questions, cast glances filled with judgment and disbelief. Why would you do that? They ask, as if your decision were an affront to what they consider normal. This discomfort people feel isn't about you. It's about them. When someone makes such a firm and transformative decision, it serves as a mirror. Many begin to question their own lives and choices, and not everyone is ready to face what that reflection reveals. That's why, at many moments, society tries to pull you back. Not because they want to harm you, but because they fear what they don't understand. To them, giving up certain habits or pleasures seems like a denial of humanity itself, while for you, it's an affirmation of something greater, but you remain steadfast. This inner strength growing within you is what sets you apart. You're not here to please everyone or to fit in. Your choice doesn't need to be accepted or validated. It's something only you can understand. This clash with society isn't easy, but it's part of the journey. And as you stay true to your path, the people who truly matter begin to see the depth of your decision. Now let's talk about how this choice influences something even more challenging: close relationships and emotional connections. One of the most delicate parts of this choice is its impact on your relationships. When you decide to change so profoundly, the dynamics with those around you also change. And this doesn't always happen easily or smoothly. Some connections may feel more fragile. People who were once close may begin to drift away, as if your decision creates an invisible barrier. In many cases, it's not about a lack of care or affection, but about their difficulty understanding what you're experiencing. Romantic relationships, for example, can become a significant challenge. If the other person doesn't share or understand your purpose, it can lead to conflicts or insecurities. They might feel rejected or disconnected, even though your choice has nothing to do with a lack of love or desire. It's in these moments you realize how much emotional strength your decision requires, not just to handle yourself, but also those who are part of your life. On the other hand, this change also has the power to reveal who truly stands by your side. The people who value you for who you are, not just for what you do or don't do, become even more important. They understand that your decision is an expression of who you're becoming, not a rejection of them. Furthermore, you begin to develop a new kind of connection with others, deeper, more authentic, and less tied to superficial expectations. Your presence, marked by self-control and clarity, inspires respect and even admiration. This transformation in relationships can be painful at times, but it is also liberating. It shows you who truly belongs on your path and who might have been there only out of convenience or habit. What keeps you steady through these changes is the strength growing within you. When you chose such a unique and challenging path, you may not have realized that you were awakening something incredibly powerful within yourself: your inner strength. This strength doesn't come from the absence of difficulties, but from your ability to face them and grow through them. At first, strength might feel distant, almost unattainable. Doubts arise, and it's normal to question if you're capable of moving forward. But it's precisely in these moments that strength begins to manifest. It appears when you face a tough day and still stay true to what you believe. When temptation knocks on the door and you can say no. This strength isn't just about resisting, it's about building. It's like a muscle that gets stronger with each challenge overcome. Each time you choose to stay on the path you've decided to follow, that strength grows. It's not something others can see or measure, but you can feel it. It's what keeps you steady when it seems like no one else understands or supports your choice. Another lesson this inner strength teaches is the importance of patience. Great changes don't happen overnight. They require time, dedication, and resilience. This patience becomes a valuable skill that you carry into all areas of your life. You also realize that this strength doesn't depend on external circumstances. It doesn't matter what's happening around you, criticism, difficulties, distractions, it remains intact. It's like a flame no one can extinguish. Gradually, you begin to trust it more and more. Additionally, this strength gives you a new perspective on what it means to be human. You understand that true freedom isn't about doing whatever you want, but about having control over your actions. This freedom makes you feel more complete, more in charge of your own life. This strength also transforms how you deal with failure. Before, a mistake might have felt like the end of the world. Now, you see failure as a natural part of learning, a necessary step to becoming even stronger. This shift in mindset helps you face challenges with more courage, knowing they are preparing you for something greater. Another fascinating aspect is how this strength reflects in your interactions. People begin to notice something different about you. They might not be able to explain it, but they sense a steadier, more balanced presence. This presence inspires confidence, respect, and even admiration. But the greatest impact of this strength is internal. It's the feeling that no matter what happens, you have everything you need within yourself. This certainty is liberating. It gives you the courage to face the unknown, make difficult decisions, and keep moving forward even when the path seems uncertain. This strength isn't something you achieve all at once. It is cultivated day by day, choice by choice. And as it grows, you realize that you're not only changing your life, but also becoming someone who can inspire others to do the same. As you advance on this journey, the benefits begin to appear in unexpected ways. They don't come all at once, but arrive as small surprises, moments that make you realize how profoundly your decision is transforming your life. First, there's the energy you feel growing within you. This isn't just a physical sensation, but something reflected in your vitality and how you approach daily life. The energy that once seemed scattered is now concentrated. Tasks that once felt burdensome now flow more easily, and you find you have more drive for the things that truly matter. This energy also gives you a sense of control. It's not about deprivation, but about redirection. You realize you have the ability to choose where to invest your time and effort, and this brings a freedom that few people experience. You're no longer bound by what others expect or what society dictates. This autonomy is one of the greatest gifts this journey offers. Another benefit is mental clarity. With a mind freer from distractions, you can see things more deeply. Decisions that once made you anxious are now made with confidence. It's like having an internal compass that always points north. This clarity helps you prioritize, understand what truly deserves your attention, and dismiss what doesn't. But perhaps the most powerful benefit is inner peace. This peace isn't the absence of problems, but the ability to face them without being consumed by them. You discover you don't need to react to everything. You can observe, reflect, and act wisely. This calm gives you an edge in situations that might have destabilized you before. There's also a transformation in your connections. You notice that superficial relationships based on convenience or impulses fade away. In their place, more authentic connections emerge. The people who truly care about you are drawn to your presence, inspired by the silent example you set. Without realizing it, you begin to inspire them, not with words, but with actions. Another benefit that often appears unexpectedly is the growth of your intuition. It's as if you're more connected to yourself, more aligned with your true emotions and desires. This intuition helps you make decisions that seem difficult, but that deep down, you know are the right ones. Moreover, you notice your confidence growing. This is not a confidence based on appearance or the approval of others, but on the certainty that you are in control of your own life. This assurance makes you walk with more purpose, speak with greater conviction, and live with more intensity. These benefits, however, do not appear immediately. They require patience, persistence, and faith in the process. But when they begin to emerge, you realize that every small sacrifice was worth it. And the most interesting part is that these gains are not limited to you. They impact everyone around you, creating a ripple effect far beyond what you could imagine. This is the reward of walking a path that few have the courage to choose, a transformation that is not just external, but profoundly internal. Every great decision comes with a cost, and by choosing such a unique path, you have already felt the weight of that price. It's not just about what you leave behind, but also about the challenges you must face as you move forward. One of the first sacrifices is comfort, not physical comfort, but the comfort that comes from following what the majority does, from fitting into what is socially accepted. By deciding to walk this path, you step out of that safety zone and expose yourself to something much greater, the unknown. This requires courage, but also brings moments of doubt and solitude. You also notice that some relationships change. People who were once by your side may distance themselves, either because they don't understand your choice or because they feel they no longer have much in common with you. This distancing can be painful, especially when it comes from those you considered close. But at the same time, it reveals who truly values you for who you are, not just for who they expect you to be. Another price you pay is the internal struggle. Choosing something so significant doesn't mean impulses disappear. There are moments when you question yourself, when you feel the temptation to return to the way things were. But it is precisely in these moments that you discover how strong you are. Every battle won against yourself strengthens your resolve and reminds you why you began. There's also mental exhaustion. Not every day is easy, and there are times when the effort doesn't seem worth it. You may feel as though you're carrying a burden alone, without the recognition or support you wish for. But it's in these moments that your inner strength emerges, reminding you that the reward comes from something far greater than external approval. Furthermore, you face the misunderstanding of society. We live in a world that values instant gratification, rapid consumption, and what is visible and tangible. Your choice goes against all of that, making it difficult for many to accept or respect what you've decided. The criticisms, whether direct or indirect, can hurt, but they also make you stronger. They prove that you are on a path few dare to take. Despite all these challenges, you realize that the price paid is not a loss, but an investment. Every sacrifice brings you closer to what truly matters. You understand that by leaving behind the superficial, you are gaining something much deeper and longer lasting. This choice also teaches you something essential. Life is not about accumulating, but about simplifying. It's about letting go of what isn't essential to focus on what truly matters. This simplicity brings a peace that nothing can buy. The price you pay is high, but what you gain in return is immeasurable. It's not just a life change, it's a transformation of who you are. And in the end, you realize that although the path is difficult, it's worth every step, every sacrifice, every challenge. Along this journey, you come to understand that true transformation doesn't happen overnight. It is built with every choice, every moment when you decide to take a different path, even when it seems to be the hardest one. More than an external change, this is a journey of self-discovery. You've learned that true power doesn't lie in controlling what's outside, but in mastering what's inside. It is this ability to stay firm even in the face of challenges that sets you apart and strengthens you. Gradually, you realize that all of this is not just about sacrifice or discipline. It's about freedom, the freedom not to be enslaved by impulses, not to depend on external validation, and to live according to your own values. This experience also teaches you to value what truly matters, the connections you create, the moments of peace you find, the small victories that once went unnoticed. All of these become clearer and more meaningful. And perhaps the greatest lesson is realizing that the world may not understand your choice, but that doesn't matter. You don't need anyone's approval to follow your path. What matters is what this journey means to you, how it transforms you, and how it brings you closer to what you truly believe. Now, you are stronger, more aware, and more connected to yourself. This is the reward for having the courage to do what few dare to do. Step out of your comfort zone and pursue something greater. This is not the end of the story, but a new beginning. Because by choosing a path of purpose and authenticity, you not only transform your life, you become a silent inspiration for others.